Hi everyone, I'm Spider-Man 1991, and I'm here to talk about the comic books I read February 5th, 2014. Let's get started from Marvel with Captain America, number 16.1, or 16 point now. This, really Marvel just dropped the whole point now thing, and we can get on with our lives. Anyways, this issue is just a one-shot that features Jet Black exploring New York City when suddenly she runs into her father's old accomplice, the Red Skull, and his S-Men. If you are reading Rick Remender's Uncanny Avengers, which also features the Red Skull, then you should get this. If not, then skip it. Next up, Miracleman, number 2. I think in the first issue, Michael Morgan remembered the magic word that allowed him to transform to the superhuman known as Miracleman, Kimoda. And after his first adventure, reborn as Miracleman, he gets a call the next morning from his old sidekick, Jonathan Bates, who's apparently now who's now a billionaire running his own company, and he and his wife go visit. And while he's there, Michael suddenly notices that John still has his apparently might still have his powers, because originally the Miracleman family went to fight some giant space station. But it turned out to be an atomic bomb. Young Miracleman died. Miracleman went back into human form and forgot he ever was Miracleman. Bates, however, has apparently been has been in his kid Miracleman form for about 20 years. And because of that, he's now a deranged sociopath. And so pretty much after that, once Michael discovers this, Bates pretty much decides that he has no choice but to kill Miracleman, and Mike transforms, and for the rest of the issue they fight and nearly destroy all of London. Alright, this is actually a pretty good... Miracleman is actually a pretty great story. They're reprinting... This series is mostly just reprinting the Miracleman stories written by Alan Moore back in the 80s, but they're actually very good, and I believe they're hard to find, so it's great that they're doing this. And they're also reprinting Miracleman stories from the Golden Age, in these issues as well. But because of that, though, these issues are worth about $5. So if you don't mind paying $5 for a single issue, this is definitely a buy. Next up, from DC Comics, Smallville, Season 11, Special Number 4, featuring the Titans. Since the death of Bart Allen, in order to honor his memory, Jay Garrick has started a team for young metahumans, consisting of Superboy, Miss Martian, Speedy, the Wonder Twins, and Blue Beetle. In this issue, after they fight Dr. Phosphorus, which Jay gives them a very unsatisfactory opinion of their performance, the group is attacked by Rose Wilson, who wants to kill Superboy because of what Superman did to her father, which back in season 10, I believe, which was when Clark sent him to the Phantom Zone. Eventually, though, they fight her, and Rose is eventually arrested. Pretty much this was a good... This isn't really anything... I wouldn't say this is essential Season 11. It's just a nice little one-shot that features the younger heroes of the Smallville universe. If you're curious about really a little about what happened to Superboy, or Connor Kent rather, after Season 10, because pretty much after the young Lex clone that was spliced with Clark's DNA suddenly became Connor Kent, he was never heard from again after that. And now, it's nice to see that we have a one-shot that features him. And also, this book did remind me a little of Young Justice, mainly because this Superboy and this universe's Miss Martian are in a relationship together, so that's nice too. So pretty much if you're a fan of Superboy, the Teen Titans, and Young Justice, then I'd say give this one shot. Then I'd say buy this one shot. Next up from DC Comics, we have Earth 2, number 20. As you know, I said I was trade waiting Earth 2, but the thing that really hooked me, that made me want to get Earth 2 again, is because of the reappearance of this Earth Superman. And I don't know, but I think I remember reading Earth 2, number 1 when Superman seemingly died during the fight with Darkseid. I had a feeling that he wasn't really dead, But now he's back. And apparently he's brainwashed by Darkseid and he's invading Earth. And now, but now pretty much in this issue, the group that Batman, Hawkgirl, Aquawoman, and Major Sato are able to escape parademons thanks to Aquawoman drowning all of them. And when they get back to the Batcave to meet with the others, they find out that the Kryptonian they recently broke out, whose name is Val, is apparently agoraphobic because apparently he spent his entire life in a capsule. But thankfully, thanks to some words of encouragement by Lois Lane, who's also this world's Red Tornado android, she's able to help Val overcome his fear and step into the sunlight. And also in this issue, we finally learn the identity of Red Arrow, who is Connor Hawke. For those of you who don't know, pre-New 52, Connor Hawke was Green Arrow's son, and when Oliver Queen was dead, Connor took on the Green Arrow identity. And he wasn't really seen much after that, except I think he did appear in the Green Arrow Black Canary series, but after that, not much. But yeah, apparently Connor Hawke is on Earth too. So I would say if you like Connor Hawke, and also Tom Taylor, who wrote the Injustice series, who wrote the Injustice tie-in comic, is writing this book as well. So if you like that, I would say definitely start picking up Earth 2. Right now, I don't think this is it, but honestly, unless you know what's happening on Earth 2, whether you've been reading other reviews or Wikipedia or stuff like that to try to keep up, I would say this issue is not a good jumping on point, because I looked at for the next trade, Volume 3, it's apparently going to cover issue 19, so it's going to cover issue 19, so I figure 20 might be a good jump on point for me. It's not, but overall, I would say Earth 2 is either buy it if you're already reading this series, but if not, I'd say borrow this and the last couple of issues from a friend. Alright, next up, Green Arrow, number 28. Continuing from the revelation of last issue, Oliver Queen finds out his father is alive. And again, I want to point out, I really like how the artist made Oliver's dad look like a pre-New 52 Oliver Queen. Like, he's got the classic Oliver Queen goatee, which is awesome, and with the revelation that his dad is alive, Oliver is pissed at him. Because apparently for the last few years, Oliver thought his dad was dead, but apparently he's been living on the island this whole time, and he was the one in charge of torturing Oliver when he thought he was stranded. And apparently right before he left the island, he had to face his captor, who was his father, and he almost tried to kill him. And of course, though, his dad, Oliver's dad, tells him that the reason he did all this is so that he could get the Green Arrow and they could use it to reclaim the Arrow clan and lead the Outsiders. And of course, Oliver's really angry at him. At this moment, the Shield clan attacks. Fortunately, father and son and Shadow are able to take care of all of them. But after once they do it, Oliver's dad's like, "Good job, son," and Oliver just bashes him and knocks him out with the shield, and it's just like, I'm getting the hell out of here. Meanwhile, and while this is going on, we have two other B-level plot lines going on. First of all, back in Seattle, John Diggle has gone and seen Oliver's current allies, Fief and Naomi, and asks for their help in taking down this person who's trying to take down all the Seattle crime lords, the Dragon. At the same time this is going on, there's a meeting of the Outsider clans, and apparently LaCroix has killed the current leader, and now he's the new leader of the Outsiders. So things are getting serious here. So a lot of big revelations here. We're getting we're getting a little more light shed on the whole Diggle storyline. I would really like to see one thing that I do want when the Outsiders story arc ends, that Oliver goes back to Seattle, and he meets Diggle again. He meets up with Diggle, and they work together again. Because I would very much like to see more of Diggle in this comic, because again, I am an Arrow fan, and I think that's going to draw a lot of people who are fans of the TV series to reading the comic book. Also, the revelation that Oliver's reaction to his dad's death. I mean, revelation that his dad's alive. I don't blame him. His dad lied to him. I can understand why he would be so pissed at him and not like, "Okay, Dad, let's go do this." Even though Oliver's dad said he wanted to protect him, you can kind of tell that there's just this sense of him that says that's really more of he did this for himself and not for Oliver's sake. But overall, I'd say Green Arrow, very great series. This is one of my favorite comics from DC. I think fans of the Arrow TV series should be checking this out, especially since they did add Diggle. I'd say this is definitely a buy. Right, finally, Forever Evil number 5. Sinestro kills Power Ring by cutting off his arm, and when that happens, Power Ring's ring goes off to search for another host. And and during the whole fight between Luthor's Injustice League fighting the henchmen, fighting the other villains sent by the crime syndicate, Luthor is able to get Deathstroke to join his team, and after the fight, Batman pretty much agrees to this whole uneasy alliance. But when Batman makes the statement like "I'm in charge," all the villains just look at him like, yeah, they're not going to listen to him. And so that was a pretty great moment right there. And at the end of the issue, though, the crime syndicate suddenly notices a huge sort of crack, a red crack in the sky, which means that apparently the beast that destroyed Earth 3 has followed the crime syndicate to this Earth. And it might be Darkseid. However, there might be another theory that I heard about. It could be, the crime syndicate said their world was destroyed. They didn't say that it was like invaded or anything. So another theory could be that the creature that attacked Earth 3 is actually the Anti-Monitor. Food for thought. But yeah, Forever Evil, really great. I like the monologues that we have. I like that we get Lex Luthor's monologue in these issues. Jeff Johns does a good job writing Luthor. It is pretty cool seeing how after they take care of the rest of the villains, Batman just like looks at them all and says like, "I'm in charge," and they don't accept that. So, Batman other superheroes may immediately listen to Batman, but not really most of the villains. No, they don't. So that is really going to be interesting to see as the rest of the story plays out, and also when Luthor joins the Justice League after this. So yeah, Forever Evil, really great event going on. If you're not at this point, I would say since we only have 2 issues left, just wait for the collection to come out and get that. If you're still reading this, get this issue. This event is definitely a buy. Otherwise, I'd say just wait for the trade at this point. Okay, that's it for my comic review this week. This felt pretty short. This felt a little bit shorter than usual. Well, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. Follow me on Twitter. My Twitter handle is the same as my username, Spiderman1991. Again, thank you for watching this video. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. I'm Spiderman1991 saying see you later.